Thanks for clicking on the video, everyone. Today we will discuss Monster Michael Todd calling out John Brzenk, Denis Cyplenkov's opinion about Alexey, Voevoda and John Brzenk super match, Devon Larratt's prediction of all of the East versus West 10 matches, Ermes Gasparini getting inspired by Devon Larratt, Travis Bagent making a comeback and looking like an absolute beast. He is looking enormous. Then Devon handing over the torch of arm wrestling to someone. Who's that? We'll find out. And not only these topics, but a couple of bonus topics about Ermes, Bacho Saginashvili and Alex Kurdecha as well. So let's start with the first one. Monster Michael Todd is keen on having a super match against John Brzenk. And no, this is not after John's win against Voevoda. That match was already set to happen at Monster Factory. It got cancelled due to various reasons. I'm not sure if Michael's bicep injury was around that time frame or not, but John Brzenk was also not very keen on having that super match at Monster Factory at that point of time. So that match got cancelled, and Michael Todd said that he has only one pin over John Brzenk, and that too was kind of a lucky pin, as explained by Michael in some of the previous videos that he made. Michael said, I want that match to happen. I think a lot of people will count me out, which is true, but I always had Michael as the favorite in that match. I've always said that I don't think John's offense against a King's move is that great anymore, and that's when he will run into some troubles trying to pin Michael Todd multiple times in that super match. So that's basically it about that news. Michael said, somebody book me and John Brzenk. So that shows that he's not looking forward to having that match at Monster Factory anymore, or maybe he will. But if he gets a better option, more money at some other organization, preferably King of the Table, then he will be willing to have that match there as well. So after that, Denis Cyplenkov acknowledged that John Brzenk was kind of playing with his food. He was experimenting, and that's why a couple of rounds were taken away from him. He could have probably won that match 6-0 and in an easier version if he wanted to. But John is John. He likes to experiment. And about Alexey Voevoda, he said that Alexey should train further. The main thing is not to stop training. I hope we can convince him to keep training. And maybe he wasn't psychologically ready, that's what he said. So there was not enough time for preparation, and he should prepare more and get that rematch in some more time. That's what Denis said. Ermes also talked with Denis with Alexey Voevoda, and he said that yes, initially Voevoda was like, I don't want to continue if I lose to John Brzenk, but when Engin called him, he kind of talked in a different way. So I just hope, and we should all try to motivate him with these videos or some other thing, some other method. Everyone can guess what they can do to help motivate Voevoda to continue, unlike the last time in the Tim Brezhnev loss where everyone trolled him and he quit arm wrestling partly because of that. So after that, we are going to discuss Devon Larratt's prediction of East versus West 10 super matches. Devon said, and I quote, I will be part of what I believe is the most incredible card of arm wrestling I think I have ever seen. And yes, Engin has been saying even before announcing these matches that East versus West 10 is going to be the biggest arm wrestling card that the world has ever seen, and this is true. So far, I do not agree with people saying that every card is the best ever. In my opinion, East versus West 5 is still the best. Any YouTuber, you can ask any YouTubers around which time they got most views, most hype. They'll either say the Levan versus Devon match, and if we talk about overall combined views of all matches, then for sure East versus West 5 was the biggest thing ever. I think that was the one where Devon faced Evgeny Prudnik. So Devon's prediction: Ivan Matyushenko, Kamil Jablonski, 3-0 Ivan. That's a left arm match or right arm match. Rustam Babayev, Irakli Zirakashvili, 3-1 or 3-0 Rustam. Ermes versus David Samushia, 3-0 Ermes. That's an interesting bet. Matt Mask versus Frank Lamparelli, Matt 3-0. Although Frank did stop Georgi Svetkov at last WAF, 2022 WAF, not the last one. So he is really strong. And then we have Sasho versus Artem Tainov, left arm super match. Sasho Andreev 3-0. Fia Isaac, Irina Gladkaya 3-0 Fia. Sarah Backman, Aglevet Kute 3-1 or 3-2 Sarah. So I thought Devon is just picking the first name, but then he changed. Zaur versus Georgy Svetkov, 3-1 or 3-2 Georgy Svetkov. Todd Kidargali Ongarbayev, 3-0 Ongarbayev. That's interesting. Stylistically, I do believe that there is a threshold. If Ongarbayev's strength and his versatility is above that threshold, he's going to crush Ongarbayev. But if it is kind of below that, then stylistically it is a very good match for Todd Hutchings, and Ongarbayev can run into some trouble. But Devon was quoting the Alex Kurdecha match that Ongarbayev can pull like this as well, like he did in 2018 against Kurdecha. So John versus Sasho, 3-0 or 3-1 John. We've already discussed that match is happening at 100 kilos, so it is not a title match. Denis versus Devon, 3-0. Devon just said I'm going to kill him. He didn't give a prediction, so I'm adding it myself. 3-0 Devon Larratt. Now let's talk about the next topic. Ermes Gasparini uploaded a training video a few days ago titled Exercises for Arm Wrestling, and there he was basically talking about hand and wrist. So why am I including this now, 4 days after it was uploaded in my video? Because I think Ermes Gasparini is one of the biggest Devon Larratt fans, and he was hiding that fact for almost 2-3 years now. Just by judging by the way he was talking about Devon, moving in front of Devon, looking at him when Devon was speaking. And it's not a negative thing, it's a very beautiful thing. I think Ermes Gasparini is one of the biggest fans. Not after Devon beat him, but he was that fan even before that as well. So he's basically training whatever Devon Larratt told him to. He's training hand and wrist. He's focusing on pronation, cupping, and more on overall power and strength. So good thing that Devon is teaching world champions some lesson as well. And talking about people who are teaching, who are getting taught by Devon, maybe we'll talk about that in the next topic. Travis the Beast Bagent competed in a tournament yesterday and he looked awesome. He basically curled Artem Ternenko in and he pinned him to the side with ease. So he was looking unstoppable until he faced Paul Talbot. Paul Talbot is a 200-pound arm wrestler and he did stop Travis in this position. In the first one, he took Travis's hand as well, but he kind of showboated for way too long, and then Travis was able to come back and then take Paul Talbot's hand. The next one, Travis hit. He was holding him in this position. He had to grind it out, finish it with a press. But people are saying 200-pound guy, what's good about that? Travis is not that strong. But Paul Talbot once stopped prime peak Travis as well in 2014 or 15, I think it was. So Paul Talbot can cause some troubles to Travis. Good to see that he's getting strong now, because there was a time where Artem Ternenko used to kind of stop him and beat him on the left arm. Now Artem has nothing for Travis Bagent, and he weighs 280 pounds. 285 in sweatshirts and shoes. So basically he's weighing 280 pounds. That's simply insane. So I hope Travis Bagent versus Alexey Voevoda. Book it, Engin. One rematch already happened. The score between Voevoda and John now is 1-1. And that's what Voevoda told Engin as well. Now the score is 1-1. So maybe Voevoda is thinking about that rematch. So where else is the score 1-1? Voevoda versus Travis. This also needs to be settled, and I think it can be a perfect match if Travis trains a little bit more, maybe 5-6 months more, then it can get interesting. So he won basically left and right handed, I think. And carrying the torch part 1, this video was uploaded on Milo Larratt's, Devon Larratt's elder son's YouTube channel, and he's also getting interested in arm wrestling. Some people are kind of jokingly saying that Milo got jealous of his brother, he got some success. Even if that is the case, this is just positive news for arm wrestling. Usually, dads think that whatever they were not able to achieve in their life, they kind of secretly or openly want their sons to do that. They kind of see themselves in their sons. But in this case, the dad has already achieved everything, and still the sons are also going on the same path. So it is even better, and it can only lead to positive things in the arm wrestling world. They can get arm wrestling to another level. Hope either one of them or maybe both of them turn out to be as charismatic as their dad, and they take the popularity of the sport to the next level, even if they cannot become the #1 arm wrestler in the world. I hope they can. So Devon was basically writing the entire training program for his son. So if you want to train seriously, if you want to know how Devon creates his training programs, you should watch that video on Milo Larratt's YouTube channel. Now the bonus news. And guys, this is like, 3:01. So it's 3 a.m. here, and I was not feeling sleepy, so I thought let's take a shower and why not upload an arm wrestling video? What can be better than that? So please, for that, hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you can. So the bonus news is that in one of the Q&A videos few days ago, I said that somebody asked me if Alex Kurdecha is going to compete or not. I asked Alex, I waited for a few days, and then I said in the video that Alex read my message and he didn't reply, because he always replies. This time he didn't, so maybe he doesn't want to compete. Well, few days after that, he did reply to me and he said that wait, I will be announcing a match soon. So maybe the match is already in the works, maybe it is already confirmed. Looks like it may be a left-handed match, so cannot wait to see that. And the second thing that I talked about, Bacho Saginashvili. Somebody asked Engin Terzi, why isn't Bacho competing in the Facebook group? And Engin said that Bacho doesn't want tough opponents. So it kind of shows Engin Terzi's frustration as well, because a legend is giving an 18-year-old opportunity to compete at the biggest stage of them all, and he's denying them left, right, and center. It can bother anyone, but if you don't subscribe, I don't think it will still bother me, but if you do, I'll be really happy. Thanks for watching, like the video, and I'll see you again.